Today I'm going to share with you how YouTube changed my life with less than 500 subscribers. The first memory I have that is the most exciting memory is being on stage around maybe 2-3 years old, probably around closer to 3 years old. It was a theater and all I had to do is come out on stage. I was wearing a white dress, I think, if I remember correctly. So I had to come out on stage and fall on the ground and basically pretend to die. And I remember coming out on this huge stage, or maybe it seemed huge because I was so small, and I could see the people a little bit, but mostly I just saw the lights in your face, multiple projectors in your face, and I could feel the anticipation from the crowd. I could hear them. And when I fainted, when I fell on the ground, I could hear them. That was such an incredible experience. Unfortunately, where I was growing up in Russia, during former Soviet Union, there was no theater in school, or at least nothing that I could be a part of. So there was no other theater experiences for me, but I wanted to become an actress. I wanted to do this again, this work that I have done as a 3-year-old. Then when I was 15, just about before I turned 16, I found a place where I could work as an actress for free, but I could work as an actress. And I was so excited about it. They took me. I could not believe my luck because generally at that time, not many good things were happening for me. So when they said yes, I thought that is very unusual and very exciting. And I was so grateful and so excited. I could not wait to go for the first rehearsal. And what do you think happens next day? The next day I wake up very early in the morning and my face just burns. I could not understand what happened. So I tried to stand up and I fainted. And then when I got up, I tried to go back to sleep. And when I woke up, shortly thereafter, my face was blown up. It turned out I had a horrible allergic reaction from a vaccine that was untested that a doctor recommended I use. And the reaction was so severe that I was hospitalized and the doctors were coming from all over the region to see me because they have never seen something like that. And that huge blown up part of the face was going down and down and down to my neck. And they were standing next to my bed, showing me to their colleagues and saying, oh, she's not going to survive until tomorrow. And that was the story I heard from them consistently. It was all very shocking. And I remember thinking at that time that for some reason, God did not want me to be an actress. And it is probably not even a correct conclusion to make, but as a teenager, as a 15-year-old, that is the conclusion that I made at that time. And I did not have anyone to talk to test that thinking. And I never went back to that theater, even though I eventually was able to recover and I got out of the hospital with a huge scar. I still have it on my face right here. And it's not as visible right now, but this is the place where the skin eventually burst. That is the reminder of that time. So many years later, so that was 1995. Many years later, 2010, and I learned about YouTube and that I could be doing my own channel and share my knowledge. And I was a very dedicated student. So I was a straight A student and I felt I had so much knowledge I wanted to share. And by that time, a new thing happened in addition to me really wanting to be on stage. The new thing that happened is I started feeling the strong mission within me to transfer knowledge, to acquire knowledge and transfer knowledge. And I remember thinking that if I start a YouTube channel at the time, then it will be very negative for my corporate career because people will find it and what they will say, they will think I'm not serious, they will look down on me. And as a result, I decided not to do a YouTube channel, but instead create a faceless blog, not connected to my name, not monetized in any way. And that faceless blog included the knowledge that I wanted to share. So I remember writing 400 articles for that blog, publishing it all, and transferring knowledge that way to people who need that knowledge. That blog is not what I wanted to do, but what I decided to do as a substitute. Not ideal, not even close to what I wanted to do, but as a substitute. Fast forward So then I am doing my MBA, I graduate on a dean's list, and I get a great job, even though at the time when I got the job, I didn't even have a permanent residence. That is extremely hard to do. So I'm very proud of myself for pushing through, and you can do it too. If you're in a difficult situation, you can do difficult things if you put your mind to it. And I'm sharing all of this with you in case it can be helpful for you. I'm bearing my soul here. So 2012, I graduate, I go start in banking. 2014, I get really sick, November. I wake up in the morning and I realize that I am in a very bad situation and I need to rush to the hospital to see if I will live or die. And I remember standing in the bathroom. It was around 5 a.m. in the morning, looking in the mirror and thinking, I'm done. I remember that was the thought I had, because I did not know if I will be able to survive, if I will be able to recover. So I rushed to the hospital and then I fight for my life for quite a while. And then it is clear to me, I'm not doing my life's work. What I'm doing, management consulting, banking, is not my life's work. Even though management consulting is very close to my life's work, it's actually part of my life's work, but it's not full. It's not completely aligned because it does not include the transfer of knowledge part. To the degree at least that I need. Yes, you transfer knowledge to clients, but it wasn't enough. So 2015, the universe, God, showing me that I'm doing the wrong work. I'm not doing my life's work, and I have to do my life's work no matter how scary it is, no matter how hard it will be, no matter how much I'm giving up, because I have a great corporate career, I have a very comfortable compensation, I love my job at that time. By that time, I already loved my job because I went back to consulting. I love consulting. If I had unlimited time, some of it will be spent working for a large consulting firm because I just love that work. So all of that, I'm leaving it all behind. I'm leaving everything. All the hard work that I have done up to this point, I'm leaving it all. I'm saying no. Doesn't matter how hard it was to get here, I am going to do my life's work now. Now, an important point is that I did start a YouTube channel in 2010, but that channel was not including me in any way. Not even my voice, nothing. Then in 2014, I record the first few videos that I place on that channel that include me, my voice, video of me. It was a series of videos that I was doing called Fridays with Firms Consulting. And here's an interesting thing. You can receive a lot of great comments, but a few comments, if you're not yet ready for that, can make you stop recording. And there were just a few comments about my accent and things like that that made me feel that maybe I should not do this. Maybe it's not the best way to spend my time. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe it's just not the right time. So I stopped. But I continued producing videos for that channel. I was just not in those videos. Fast forward to August 2020. I'm starting to feel that voice within me, again telling me you're not doing some of the things you're supposed to do. Thank you for doing all the good things as part of your business, all the transfer of knowledge that you are doing, thank you for that. But we also want you to do this. We also want you to share knowledge on other topics that you have that you are currently hoarding and not sharing. So, August 2020, I start 2 additional channels, Chris.Safarova and another one channel in Russian language. Those 2 channels, no monetization behind them. I'm just sharing knowledge. In the beginning, this is how I was looking at them, just a way to share knowledge that I could not share as part of my main business and as part of Firms Consulting main channel that I'm running. Interestingly, Russian channel started growing very fast in the beginning of this year. It just started growing very fast, and I could easily produce videos that would get 9,000 views, 5,000 views. It was not hard for me to produce those videos. However, the topic was not something I wanted to focus on. And then I also realized that I just did not have capacity for 3 channels and for running multiple businesses and for all my other obligations and commitments. So interestingly, at the time when the Russian channel started growing much faster than I have ever seen, in terms of my experience with YouTube, I decided to stop it because it was not aligned with the work I wanted to do and the topic was not aligned with what I wanted to talk about. At the time of this recording, Firms Consulting channel is 50,600 subscribers and 2,500 videos. Chris.Safarova channel is 1,364 subscribers and 892 videos. So a lot of videos was produced. Not that much to show for it, but also not that bad. And as I was saying for a very long time, YouTube was something that took a lot of time, but I was not approaching it with the purpose of really integrating it as part of the business. And it was more a way to pass knowledge, to transfer knowledge. But of course, it is not sustainable because the energy needs to flow both ways. So you have to integrate it into the business. So now I want to share with you the 4 main things that YouTube gave me, how it changed my life, the 4 main ways. And those benefits occurred way before 500 subscribers. Number 1 is the most foundational, the most important way it changed my life. It allowed me to contribute to development of humankind in my small way, in some way to contribute to development of humankind. I receive messages, emails, direct messages, even letters from people all over the world saying that our videos on Firms Consulting channel and even on Chris Safarova channel, even though the channel is still very small, our videos changed people's lives, our books changed people's lives. They talk about how they started a consulting firm just based on our work, our videos, our books. And this is the most important reward for doing this work, to be able to contribute in a positive way to people all over the world, even to one person, but to be able to contribute to many people, that is such a privilege and such an honor. It is incredible. Whenever I do work, even when I do coaching calls with clients, just before the call or just before recording a video, I ask God, universe, to guide me on how can I contribute in the best possible way to the person on the other side. So if it's a client, if it's a coaching client, how can I make this session impactful and the most beneficial for this client at this point in their life? And YouTube allows me to do this work at a much larger scale than one-on-one with people. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Number 2, there are a lot of clients and customers that found my company through YouTube, either Firms Consulting channel and mostly Firms Consulting channel, but also Chris.Safarova channel. And that is a huge privilege and a huge gift. And one of the great things about the clients who find you through YouTube is that people really get to know you. They really benefit from your work. You know how rewarding it is to hear from clients. You know what, Chris, I found you a few years ago. I found your YouTube channel. I firstly found Firms Consulting channel and I watched everything. I watched as much as I could. I implemented and I got results. And then I was able to buy your books and I implemented what I learned and I got results. And then I was able to buy your membership and I implemented and I got results. And then I was able to become your coaching client. It is incredibly rewarding to be able to help person no matter where they are in life. Even if they cannot work with you right now, one-on-one or in a small group, even in that situation you can help because you have a body of knowledge that you are sharing on your channel. And that is such a privilege. And I'm so grateful for every single client who found us on YouTube, either on Firms Consulting channel or Chris.Safarova channel. The third way how YouTube changed my life is it allows me to transfer knowledge. And that is different from point 1 because even beyond that desire to contribute, I believe it is my mission to transfer knowledge, to acquire knowledge, to develop additional insights, approaches, techniques, strategies, ways of thinking. And we are actually known for developing very new ways of thinking about problems and business and strategy, and then transfer that knowledge to people who need that knowledge. And what is incredible is that I'm not limited to only talk about the topic that I cover with Firms Consulting channel. I was able to create another channel at no cost. It is completely free to create another channel, of course. And I was able to create one and share knowledge in other areas that would not be applicable to my main business. And the last but not least, the last way how YouTube changed my life, even with less than 500 subscribers, when I had less than 500 subscribers, is the way it allows you to develop yourself professionally. It is one thing to be behind the camera and to be the producer and to be on sets and direct talent, and another to be in front of camera. A completely different skill set is required. And with YouTube, you are able to record yourself and you don't need to hire a crew and you don't need to pay for placement of your video. You put it on your channel and you continue getting better. You continue improving your skills. You continue improving the way you speak, so that you can develop yourself as a professional. That is an incredible advantage of running a YouTube channel. Even if no one is watching, you're benefiting because you're going to improve so much. There's almost nothing else that can help you grow as fast if growth is your objective compared to YouTube channel. It changes the way you carry yourself, your energy, your confidence, the way you speak. You also notice certain things that you would have never noticed if you were not recording yourself. And then you fix those problems. And now I want to give you 3 bonus ways how YouTube changed my life. YouTube is not just a platform that allows others to see you, but it's also a platform that allows you to see yourself. There are certain things about you, certain unique things, your energy, the way you look, not the way you look when you look into the mirror, but the way you look, for example, from the side, your hair, the way you move, all those things. You don't know those details. You don't notice it because you don't see yourself unless you have a twin that is very, very similar to you. It's very hard to have even general idea of what you look like. And it is incredible to be able to see yourself this way and marvel at what nature created. And you don't need to be a perfect person. You can have the funniest hair and all kinds of things. Everyone is beautiful. And it is incredible to be able to see yourself the way other people see you. Second bonus way how YouTube changed my life is being able to see progress over time. So if you look at my video from 2015 and you look at my video now, it is a completely different person in terms of the growth that I was able to accomplish during that period. And that growth is documented and I can see the progress. And the third bonus way YouTube changed my life is it allows me to document knowledge for myself, because there are certain times in life when you really go deep into a particular area. So for example, recently I had a situation where I made a mistake. I made a wrong choice when it came to a medical procedure. And it was very difficult for me to forgive myself because that procedure caused lifelong damage to my body. And I went through a process of finding a way to forgive myself for that mistake. And then I documented that process in a video. I'm going to link it somewhere down below or somewhere on the screen if you want to check it out. And now when I need to forgive myself, I may not remember all the things that I had to think through to be able to go through that transformation from being incredibly angry with myself for making that mistake and being able to let it go and forgive myself. And now when I have a situation like that, I can go back to that video where I documented my thoughts, my approach to forgiving myself. And I can refresh my mind and apply it to my life because I know it is effective. I know it basically changed everything for me once I was able to figure out things that I shared in that video. And because I don't use it on a daily basis or even monthly basis or sometimes even annual basis, I may forget certain things. If I ever need this, I will be able to go back to that video, refresh my mind, and be able to forgive myself much faster. Now, what I want to leave you with is if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you were thinking about it, just start. It really is worth it. And I can tell you as a person who has very little free time. I have been up from before 6 o'clock. I have so much work to do. I was working all day and I will be working all night. And recording this video for you right now is a delight. It is totally worth it. And I would highly recommend it. It will change your life too if you do it. I hope you will stick around. I post 3 videos a week on how to build a business around your expertise, including building a YouTube channel and sharing your knowledge with the world, transferring knowledge, acquiring knowledge along the way as well, but also running a business, running a sustainable business where you are doing something that matters and something that moves the world forward. And for the next video, I recommend you watch how to look great on camera. I shared some very powerful tips, techniques that I wish I knew, that I acquired along the way with a lot of study and investing a lot of money working with people all over the world and also experimenting. So some very powerful tips there. I hope you will take advantage of them and apply them and let me know how it will change the way you appear on camera and the way you feel on camera. The level of certainty, the level of confidence, the level of comfort you feel when you speak on camera. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next video.